Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yo.
Homies, what's good? Yeah. A lot of you guys probably aren't going to watch this live. So, here we are. Oh. Well, we finally figured it out, brother.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Took us 2.5 fucking years, but okay. All right. We'll have to figure out the setup to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, next time in life. But hey, we got this shit, so.
Are we using our pencils?
Jazz hands. All right. Yep.
Right. All right, I got a opening thing.
Dope.
So we recently covered Superman Red Son on the podcast.
Yep.
Amazing graphic novel.
Hell yeah. I had a couple of coworkers listen to that episode today, actually.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Would they say anything positive?
Yeah, no, they were digging it, dude. I mean, they were talking about how they haven't had a chance to watch the movie, of course, like most other people. But yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hell yeah, dude.
So that got me thinking just recently about some of these other popular Elseworld titles or non-canonical stories.
Okay.
And something in the back of my mind brought up maybe a subconsciously buried memory, something that I had long forgotten.
Pressed in between the pages of your mind?
I suppose.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll go with that. And what it was this little story or this comic arc back in mid 2000s, I think around 2005-ish.
Okay.
Because I remember reading it in high school, and it was All-Star Batman and Robin.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah. And so, for those of you who have read that, you probably already know where I'm going with this. For those of you who hadn't, buckle in for a quick story time about my experiences with this book, and most people's experience with the story.
Okay.
So this All-Star Batman and Robin, Kevin, it was like I said, came out in the mid 2000s, around 2005-ish, and this was DC's kind of response, or not their response, but their attempt to kind of replicate Marvel's Ultimate Universe.
Okay.
They saw the success with that. It was extremely popular. They wanted to replicate it, so they're going to take some of their more popular DC characters and just kind of make these non-canonical stories, so that their best writers and creators could go out and just tell their own stories, whatever they want to tell.
Right. Yeah. I mean, sounds like a pretty typical thing for the comic book companies to have done.
Yeah. Great concepts, always solid. And so they had already attached Jim Lee to the project to draw. So they're already off to a great start.
Cool.
And for the writer, they wanted to get Jeff Loeb because in 2005, this was just coming off the heels of Hush. And of course, Hush was done by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. So they were like, we can get this combination again.
Okay.
Didn't do the whole fucking arc they want to. It'd be phenomenal. It'd be great.
Right. And as it would.
Unfortunately, Jeff Loeb at the time, I think this is like right before he went to Marvel. So he couldn't do it. Yeah. And so they're like, well, we got to go elsewhere. And they did what I think most people would consider to be a phenomenal move.
Okay.
A great step. They went and they got the man himself, the legendary, the iconic. They got Frank Miller.
Ooh.
So now we got Frank Miller's writing and Jim Lee's art. Come on now.
That's a cataclysmic combo.
Come on.
That's a combo. Fuck, man.
And then,
okay.
On top of that, as we're getting closer to like the release date of issue 1 and all that,
yeah,
I remember Frank Miller said that, I'm going to do one better. Yes, this is going to be non-canonical in terms of the current DC continuity, but this is also going to fall in line with my own continuity or my own canon for Batman. So this was falling in line with Batman Year One, It's going to take place after Batman Year One, and it's going to take place before, obviously, decades before The Dark Knight Returns.
Okay.
So this is going to be like in his own little verse that he's his own little pocket that he created, which is another great concept. So fans got even more hyped about it, even more excited. And I will never forget reading the first couple of issues. High school me being really taken aback, and I got to say, there's a reason why it's not on my shelf, even though there's.
I was going to ask you that because that combo sounds too killer to not have, but
yeah, there's some things that happens with comics that in hindsight you're like, obviously that's a terrible idea, but then there's other things that should definitely work.
Right, like obviously that's a great idea.
Great.
Why
concept.
didn't it work? Because you're right. There's a reason I don't see it on this awesome shelf here behind me. Excuse me.
The reason being, there's a couple reasons. One,
he
was originally signed. Well, they were originally signed on to do a 12-issue miniseries.
Okay, that feels about normal. Yeah.
Most runs are 6 to 12.
Right.
And
Clean.
It took 3 years to put that out, and DC canceled it at issue number 10 because they were like, you're way behind schedule. Like, we can't do this. Because like, I remember I never finished it because I had moved on by that point.
You got impatient. you don't got time to be waiting for this shit.
Like 3 years. And then on top of that,
did you say this was middle or high school you? High school?
Because it was
this was post-college. You like, I'm waiting. The fuck is happening? Where's my story?
Where's my shit?
Yeah.
But on top of that, like, I don't know if I would want to finish it. And that's the main problem.
Was it that bad?
So what most people, if you ask them what happened with All-Star Batman and Robin, they'll think about it for those who've read it, and they go, oh, you mean the time that Frank Miller lost his goddamn mind?
Fuck, dude. That's a pretty high and mighty statement.
I mean, it was not good. I mean, like I said, there's a reason why I've never thought about it or never thought to mention it until I was thinking of other Elseworld stories. So just really quick to wrap this thing up here, I'll just tell you a little bit about issue 1 and about the tone of this thing. So the entire arc, at least what I've read, had no coherent story. Frank Miller was going nowhere with it. And so the good thing about it, the pro about this run, is that it had some of the best art from Jim Lee I've ever seen.
Okay.
And that's because the poor man had a whole lot of time to work on the art, to clean it up and to make it crisp. Because Frank Miller, it was painfully obvious that Miller didn't have a concept for where he wanted to go.
Oh man,
what he wanted to do. It was rough. And so with issue 1, I mean, it's standard. I'm gonna say standard, but it started off like something you would think is gonna work out great.
Okay.
It starts off with with Bruce and Vicky Bell. They're on a date and they go to the circus. And they watch the Flying Graysons, and of course we see the death of Dick's parents. And you're like, okay, we're gonna get right into this,
I mean, that's clean. Okay.
And what we see is afterwards, like Batman, he immediately goes after those who killed. Or he immediately goes after the people who killed the Graysons, and he scoops up little Dick Grayson there.
Okay.
And when I say scoop him up, that's being very polite. He straight up kidnapped him, essentially. Like there was no, in continuity. Bruce, after some time, adopts
Batman. There's a right. 20 years later, Dick Grayson's in the Batcave. He and Batman are having a serious conversation about his career as Robin. Bruce, I'm so thankful for you adopting me. Bruce stops the conversation right there. Adopting?
What do you mean?
The fuck you talking about?
What the hell is this? Adopt.
You're an orphan.
Yeah. But what happens is that he takes Little Dick and they're driving off in the Batmobile.
Cute. Rephrase that. He takes Little Dick.
He takes Little Dick.
It was a Little Dick.
Yeah. I mean, like, if they can be a rapper named Little Dicky, then I don't see why I can't say Little Dick.
No, you totally can, brother. It just entertained me too much.
Yes.
I'm mature.
And while they're in the Batmobile riding golf, you got to understand. So first of all, Batman, he's a fucking psychopath throughout the entire run. He's a maniac.
Okay.
He's enjoying fucking running over and hitting cops and cop cars, and like he's having a fucking blast. And poor little Dick Grayson, he is traumatized. He's like, what is going on? And like he looks up at Batman and goes, who even are you? And I kid you not, I'll see if I can remember this verbatim.
Please,
It's been so long.
I might have to look this up.
It was so goddamn ridiculous. As little Dick Grayson, you know, this poor kid, scared out of his mind, been kidnapped by this figure. Batman responds with, "Who am I? Like, what? Are you dense? Are you dumb? Who do you think I am?" No, he goes, "Are you dense? Are you dumb? Or are you retarded?" He drops that. His words, not mine. Then he goes, "I'm the goddamn Batman." And no joke.
No chill. No chill. Batman is straight. The fuck is wrong with you, man? Yeah. Batman was the original Rick and Morty here. He's just like, the fuck is your problem, Morty? I'm the daggum bat. Oh, dude, I love that shit.
Yeah. And I was like, man, Frank, what is going on here? And then like there's a bunch of other really silly shit that happens. Like he tortures Robin. There's no way around it. He forces him to survive in the Batcave by eating rats. He gut punches Alfred when Alfred gives Robin a cheeseburger because the kid hasn't eaten any proper. Like it's just all kinds of ridiculous nonsense shit. And the Joker's in it, but he and Batman never meet up. Hell, I think Batgirl's in it, and even her and Batman never, because like it just never gets to that point. And
that's a little strange, and that's really unfortunate because you hear names like Frank Miller, Jim Lee, and you put them in the same sentence as working together. I mean, that's a perfect recipe.
Yeah,
that's a 5-star meal, but that's really weird, man. Yeah,
one would think that. I mean, everybody thought that it was going to be great. You know,
yeah.
I mean, and for once, I don't blame like the publishers for putting this idea out. Most of the times when the publisher puts something out that just feels hard, you know, you're like, well, no shit, that's a terrible concept.
Right.
But in this case, they had a brilliant idea that just did not work.
You hate it for them.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, that was just my thoughts the other day as we were wrapping up our Red Sun Elseworld review.
Yeah, I mean that's something else, brother. Damn.
Yeah.
So
homies, if you've read All-Star Batman and Robin,
bonus points if you've read this.
Yeah. But yeah, if you finished it, let me know because I never.
Let us know what happens to poor Robin if he just like burns down the mansion or something. Fuck you, old man.
And by finishing, I mean if you got to issue number 10 because they counted it before issue 12. So
really, so there is no issue 11 and 12.
No.
Damn, that's oof.
Not to my knowledge, anyway. But
man, that's great. That is great.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the present and the future tonight, but damn, do I love that story about the past. Homies, what is going on out there, all of you guys?
Hell yeah, guys. Let's do this thing proper. Welcome back to the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with the homie Kevin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? Homies, for all of you listening, welcome back to the show. Homies out there, for all of you watching, oh yes, that's right. Kevin used the right verb. Our dumbasses finally figured out how to do video the proper way. And so, yeah, quick announcement. I'll be happy to spearhead this here. We have finally figured out how to upload our stuff the proper, clean, high-quality way that you would expect from the homies to YouTube.
Stopped.
And there you have it. YouTube, you're getting this blooper. Homies out there listening, you are not listening anymore. But yeah, every now and then this happens, guys. But yeah, as you guys obviously know, we are now on YouTube. I'm going to stall for us while Q fixes the issue here. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, it took us a while, man. But it's working. I mean, the YouTube chemistry is going on.
Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with homie Kevin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? Well, that's a really easy pickup point.
It is.
Okay, so right after the I got you. So YouTubers watching, you're gonna catch on to something kind of cool here. The good news is this is our first episode, so we anticipated some technical issues like this.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Our first video episode, mind you. Yeah, there you go.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Homies out there listening, welcome back to the show. Homies out there watching, yes, you heard the verb. You heard the correct one. I meant to say that. We finally figured out how to start using YouTube correctly for uploading our stuff. And it's the good quality video. It's right now. It's happening. It's happening, dude. I'm happy about it. We finally figured this shit out.
Hell yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
So now you guys get to see what we look like, for better or for worse. Probably worse, but this is good.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm the bald white guy. I typically wear hoodies on the show, so there you have it.
Well, that means that tonight's episode, guys, we're talking about some comic news.
News.
For those of you new to the podcast, comic news is just a segment where we discuss like Kevin said earlier, the recent comic events and news happenings in the world of superheroes and comic books.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff happening in the comic community. So every few number of weeks, we like to kind of go over the recent announcements and have fun discussing them. Talk about what they mean for all of us real nerds on the, still on planet Earth, not lost in the clouds of producers and directors up there.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right, my friend. Would you like to kick things off?
Sure, dude. I'll go ahead and start off with kind of a comical one, but an unfortunate one here. Emerald City Comic Con postponed due to the coronavirus. So I say comical because there's been a lot of announcements from multiple points of view about the corona and what that actually is. It's not as severe as the media puts it out to be. And don't let me get political on this show because this is not the front for it. But excuse me. Yeah, it's sad that it postpones things that are important, like, productions and things of the nature here. In this case, a Comic-Con event.
Right.
And here's the sad thing about this, dude. The event planners and everything have announced that the date is forthcoming. So we don't even know when the Comic-Con's going to happen. People who have purchased tickets are actually going to be given refunds. So at this point, I'm not sure if postponed or canceled is the correct word to use.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, right? Yeah, dude. That sucks. And imagine if that was our Comic-Con we're going to be going to here. I mean, I'd blow a gasket.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty shitty.
Hell yeah. To our Emerald City brothers and sister homies out there doing their thing, we hope the best for you, and that maybe you get some better news than what we just said. Yeah.
I wish there was a silver lining. I mean, hell, you get your money back, go spend it on something else. I guess.
Right? Yeah. Go to another Comic-Con.
All right.
Yeah. One who's not afraid of the corona.
I mean, most places are. There's been a lot of big conventions that have been canceled.
The whole country is shook by this thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about the fucking thing.
No, like I said, not my forte.
First one on my list here. Let's go ahead and talk about this new Black Widow trailer.
Yeah. Let's do it. You posted that on the Facebook page earlier today. Thank you. You're much better about managing the Facebook page than I am. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Oh yeah.
Taking on some shit.
Yeah, this new trailer I think was I mean, I guess in all the best ways, don't get me wrong, I think this was the most revealing. I guess in terms of like, what you can kind of expect from the movie. We get to see a lot of cool stuff here. And they're really playing up this kind of sisterhood type relationship between her and Yelena.
Good.
Being played by Florence Pugh, I believe. But yeah, they also give us a little bit more about the Red Room. We get to see more Taskmaster, which is really what I was looking for. And we get to see him do a lot of things here. At one point we see him watching like video footage of have you seen it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. So at one point we get to see like him watching footage of Black Widow.
Which is, I mean, that's some accurate Taskmaster shit right there. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Cool Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to go with that last name pronunciation too. Okay, but please continue.
And we also get to see her taking on Taskmaster a little bit. And it's kind of funny because like a lot of people have been remarking that maybe Taskmaster has seen Black Panther at work because he does a similar pose almost to Black Panther's Wakanda pose and is in the suit.
Well, I mean, Black Panther was even on the news, so like if I remember in one of the movies, there's even like news footage of him. So I imagine there's other Telegraph stuff as well. That good old Taskmaster, he can get his hands on that VHS and go to town. Yeah,
VHS,
right? He doesn't need Blu-ray.
But I am kind of curious because, at least to my knowledge, I don't think we actually hear him verbally say anything in the movie or in the trailers.
I don't recall. No.
Yeah. But no, the trailer looked really good though.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing how this is, and I wonder if the movie is going to explain why Natasha doesn't have a Russian accent. Like, are they finally going to get to the bottom?
She's well trained, brother. Yeah.
I mean, even when she's sitting there amongst her own Russian brethren and sisters, you still sound like a staunch American.
Okay. Funny joke here, guys. So I'm born and raised here in the South. And to you, this isn't too much of a surprise either because you don't have one. But, well, actually, no, this applies to both of us. We don't have Southern accents, even though we were born and raised in the South.
But we do have American accents.
We do have American accents. Mm-hmm. Moving on. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Yeah. I'm trying to fit in some shit here. I'm defending shit we haven't seen yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I've said this since Iron Man 2.
Sure.
It's like when she first showed up in Iron Man 2, it was like, oh, I get it now because you're incognito right now. You're in spy mode.
Right.
So you're not going to have an accent. Mm-hmm. But then once you snapped and went to Black Widow mode, and then I was like, what the...
It would have been cool to have the flip, admittedly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Maybe Scarlett Johansson just doesn't do a good Russian accent. Oh, or going full circle to an old joke of ours, maybe her Russian accent was just hitting on the same sounding Russian person that we were talking about, where it's like it's always the same Russian,
Well, that would be a female Russian, which would be a different variation.
True.
But that would be better than no accent at all, at least to me.
I got you. I mean,
and then it also comes down to, and don't get me wrong, I adore Scarlett Johansson, especially in this role as Black Widow.
Amen. Yeah.
But if the only reason being is that she can't do a Russian accent, maybe you might have should have looked into someone else who can.
I mean, pros and cons. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't think we're going to have to worry about it for much longer.
Yeah, no.
So we'll see.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those things where I guarantee you, if she had a Russian accent in the movies, then Black Widow will have a Russian accent in this new Avengers game coming out too.
Yeah.
But no, trailer looks great. Can't wait for the movie.
Hell yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some more present stuff happening here. Homies, for those of you who haven't thought about it or have been so busy that you haven't given time to think about it, Bloodshot comes out later this week, guys. We're still waiting for tickets. Our theater has not distributed those out quite yet, so we're still waiting, but you already know we're going to be doing a review of that. And I'm excited about that, dude. I keep seeing more trailer action. I keep seeing more and more stuff about it. I'm more hopeful about it, honestly, than my previously stated preview podcast opinion. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm just I'm here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I know that they are actually adding a lot of new characters to the movie that are in the comics, but a lot of these characters are apparently also going to now become comic book characters. So like the reverse anti thing.
Okay, I kind of like that idea though. Think about it. That's like a revitalizing shot in the ass for like the whole comic brand. That's like
it's an Agent Coulson type thing for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is definitely clever when it's done right, and especially like if these characters prove to be as popular as Agent Coulson, then I definitely understand it and recommend it. But no, you are correct on all fronts. We do not have our tickets yet because our theater, man, we've talked about this a lot, about how our theater they're just so lazy on the pull sometimes. It's like they just like and it's almost like how can they expect a lot of pre-sales for these movies if they don't put out the tickets until literally days before, sometimes 2 days before the movie comes out, you know?
Right.
God.
Right. I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but come on, you know, we already have our tickets for our Patreon movies we're going to be doing later this month. That's right, guys. We're on Patreon. It's like you never heard us say that before. We already have tickets for daggone The Quiet Place 2. And then we have tickets for Mulan, the live action version, coming out here in a couple of weeks. But we don't have no Bloodshot. I want some Bloodshot. I want to see what Bloodshot's about.
All right. Yeah. It's like at this point, I'm like, are we doing anything for it? Like, come on, guys. Let's get some goddamn tickets here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
Hell yeah.
You know, like on one hand, I just enjoy the movie going experience maybe way too much. It's a good thing that we do because we go to the movies a lot.
We really do. I mean, our staff recognizes us.
Yeah.
The manager says hey to me almost every time. Oh, hey, Kevin, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. What you coming to see? Frozen 2? You got jokes. And I mean, you know, it's not like that interpersonal. It's more like acquaintances.
Right.
But hey, when you watch this, hi. I'm having fun with this video, man. Yeah. But yeah, what's up next? What you got?
So next I have something here that is still, it's not up in the air per se, but it also kind of is. It's pretty heavy, pretty big for those who are into specifically into DC Comics, and that is Dan DiDio, the co-publisher of DC Comics, was recently fired, and what could be considered a volatile way in comparison to how most high corporate people are fired. And there's a lot going on here now. There was a huge kind of ripple effect. So Dan DiDio, he's been with the company for a while. I mean, I think he's been co-publisher for probably the last 10 years.
Okay.
He and Jim Lee were co-publishers. Jim Lee is now I think he's now just kind of holding on to that fort himself, filling in that position. And I don't think they plan on replacing. He's
the one floor manager in the restaurant right now.
Yeah. He's the one who's kind of stepped up to that kind of co-publisher position. And I mean, on one front, people are really wondering, you know, everybody acknowledges and recognizes Jim Lee for the amazing artist that he is with these comics.
Yeah.
But as far as like this kind of position, a lot of people are kind of curious, is he the right person for this kind of
is he job? This multifaceted? Yeah.
You know, and it's like
that is true. Yeah. Just because you're great at your craft doesn't mean you're good at the political side of this craft too. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's very topsy-turvy.
And I would also say, like, maybe not even political, but like being able to see, is this a good idea for this comic run? Like, what are the projections for the next 5 years? Where is this run wrapping up to? Is this going to be a good intersection for these two titles to introduce? You know, all those kind of interesting things that, sure, editors definitely play a huge role in that. But I mean,
I don't know what DC's proper next move is there, because that's more of a corporate level language.
We do though, and that is also part of it.
Okay. Do expound on that, actually.
So this also plays a part into why Dan DiDio was fired in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dan DiDio.
Excuse me. Let me sit down with my tea here.
So, you know, when most corporate figures like this are fired, they're not really fired. They get to resign. That's how it usually plays out. Like,
right.
I have decided to step down from my position due to
quote unquote decided.
Right. It's like, no, the fuck you didn't.
No, you were caught, and this is the reprimandation.
Right. Dan DiDio didn't even get that. He went in to work like a normal day, and like almost as soon as he went in, apparently some WB execs, because I think AT&T wanted to make that decision, and then they told WB, I think, to tell DC hey, fire him.
Well, what the fuck?
Yeah. So Dan DiDio got fired, and most comic fans are rejoicing like motherfuckers. Yeah, I mean, because he's made some pretty interesting decisions, and maybe his last one, which some people are predicting could be a potentially almost fatal blow for DC Comics as far as publishing goes.
Okay.
They're thinking that, you know, this plays a huge role. So ultimately, it is speculated. I'm using quotations here. It's speculated that he was fired because of misleading, we'll say, AT&T. So his latest venture was something called 5G, which was a cutesy thing that he named to kind of appease AT&T. 5G stands for fifth generation, meaning that it was going to be another comic run, another comic universe tie-in type thing where it's going to take all of your major DC legacy heroes and kind of replace them with newer, different types of people in those roles.
Yeah.
What AT&T apparently wanted was something, once again, like the Ultimate Universe. They said, we want something that's going to run concurrently with the mainstream DC universe.
History repeats itself. It's like we just talked about that on Red Sun.
Yeah. But, you know, what they wanted was something like DC or like Marvel's Ultimate Universe.
Right.
Universe 1610. But what they ended up realizing was that Dan had this idea to just entirely replace the current DC universe with this 5G. Now,
really?
Yeah. So what that meant was, and I mean, apparently these were his ideas and what he had in the works for 5G. I believe that who was it? Lucius Kid was named Duke Fox, Duke Thomas. One of them, a black man, was going to replace Batman.
Okay.
Apparently, Jonathan Kent was going to replace Superman. I think they're going to make him homosexual. There was going to be apparently for like
so they were really going for the
they're going for the
representation. Yeah. Okay.
And I think they said I think they're going to replace Wonder Woman with like an overweight person. Overweight woman. Overweight woman. It's not what I.
Right.
But
I mean, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this when you're trying to do the representation game. We've talked about that before. Yeah.
Yeah. And Marvel, like, they're still in their bullshit about it too, because like both companies are doing it wrong. I mean, there's no two ways about
it. They're force feeding it.
I mean, so for one thing, like Dan DiDio, he was reportedly like apparently he just doesn't like keeping these current characters around. The way he looks at it, he's like, listen, guys like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and Hal Jordan, Green Lantern and John Stewart and all of them, like, we've told their stories. Let's keep the mantles and move on to someone else. Like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen if you do this? Like, even AT&T had the wherewithal to be like, oh no, you're fucking out of here. But
I mean, for DC Comics, that is the hardest fucking thing to do, because for one, I'm not even sure if that's a strong idea for them ever, because these characters have been so ironed out, and with the DC running, the DC branding for almost a century now, dude.
80 plus years. Yeah.
80 plus years. That is a long ass time. And if you didn't do it then, if you didn't try to do this earlier, you're not going to be able to do it at all now, or at least so coldly, so immediately.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he was just like ripping that fucking Band-Aid off and said, hey, we're going to apply this now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not the way to do that.
You know, and you think that they would learn from Marvel's mistakes, the mistakes that they're still paying for.
History repeats itself.
It was after the 2015 Secret Wars run. This was their way to reboot the Marvel Universe. This is when they destroyed both the 616 and the Ultimate Universe, and they literally took pieces of both to combine this new universe, and it was called All New, All Different Marvel, and it flopped. It went from 2015 to 2019, and it flopped. I mean, hell, I can't show them that too much, if I'm representing DC, because DC New 52 lasted from 2011 to 2015, 2016, and then DC Rebirth came out, and Rebirth was thankfully a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah, Rebirth has been good. Yeah.
But what we really see happening here is at this point now, DC is at a point where 5G is still rolling out, even though Dan DiDio is no longer there. It's one of those things where once the wheels are kind of turning, I mean, with something this large, this big, it's hard to stop.
I wonder if you can somehow crowd control this and make it into like a black label for DC, I wonder if there's a way to kind of like, you know, I'm not saying like change the current of the river, but at least, dig your trenches out and move the river slowly, I'm wondering how you handle that. But you're right, that is a dramatic change that DDO was trying to do. So, I mean, not casting my vote here, but AT&T might have had some reasons, that works for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Fuck,
then,
dude,
and then we get into the rumors of it all, and unfortunately, some of these rumors do have a little bit of steam behind them.
Okay, expound.
Yeah, being that, so if 5G does present this, and by the way, Danny Didio, who was also fired, presumably again because he didn't get along with a lot of writers that carried a lot of clout with them. So, for example, we know that Scott Snyder, he's one of the most well-renowned writers.
I was about to say he was the first one that popped in my mind. Yeah.
He's working on his whole other arc right now. He's having fun doing his own thing with the Middleverse and whatnot, and incorporating his own storylines and whatnot.
Yeah.
Dan DiDio told him that, okay, we're going to take your concepts and we're going to incorporate them in 5G. And Scott Snyder said, no, you're not. And Dan DiDio said, but yes, we are. And so like there's this whole kind of back and forth apparently between those two, which would lead some to think that that they did not get along.
Yeah. And that is one of those things where it's like the masters of the craft kind of do get a vote eventually. They've earned some stock.
Right.
Yeah. Especially in this field. I'm grateful for it this time,
Yeah. I will say this. I am surprised that Jeff Johns, isn't going to step up and fill that role, but I guess he also is still included with Marvel or with DC's live action stuff. So
yeah.
I don't know where they go from here. But
the man's got enough on his plate.
Man's got enough on his plate.
He doesn't have this big a plate. He's got this plate.
But just to wrap this one up here, the rumors aren't good. And the rumors are right now, Jim Lee just recently, maybe just within the past 48 hours or so, finally spoke out about Dan DiDio's releasing. And he played crowd control basically by saying that, well, we know that you guys maybe have heard some pretty strenuous rumors.
Okay,
that's not true. We're going to continue publishing comics. We're going to continue to make live action television shows and movies, and everything's going to be fine. And this, that, and the third.
Sure.
And but apparently there's a lot of contradiction here because apparently with a lot of the more we'll say the more of the legacy writers, people who've been there for a long time and who have a high standing, are hearing different things than what, like, say the newer, younger writers are hearing. Those writers are hearing things like, "Oh yeah, everything's fine," but writers maybe like Jeff Johns, maybe Gail Simone,
the guys who've earned more privilege, you'd imagine.
They're hearing, apparently, rumorly, they're hearing different things entirely that are much more frightening.
Well, let's pitter patter. What's going on? What are they hearing?
Well, they're hearing that 5G is not going to succeed if it proceeds the way that Dan DiDio's vision was. It's just not going to work. And here's the thing: is that AT&T, they're at a point now where they're like, if this doesn't work, we'll continue to make movies or whatnot with you guys and do this, that, and the third. But as far as your publishing goes, we'll nix it. We'll cut it.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That is not how you handle that.
It's not how you handle it at all.
Brother.
And because eventually they're thinking, if this fails, they're like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. We've invested so much time and money into this, and that if this isn't going to work, then we'll stop publishing. And what that realistically, what they would translate to is that your weekly or your monthly single issue comics would probably stop coming, and you probably only have to have the availability to read them maybe online. We would probably still get things like omnis or trade paperbacks or graphic novels made, maybe. But as far as your single issue comics goes, that means that would be cut. Now, the reason also why this is obviously extremely bad news is that if you're a Marvel fan, you don't get to breathe a sigh of relief, because Marvel would follow suit.
I mean, I know that these comic book companies, especially when it comes more to caricatures and whatnot, they tend to copy and paste and, for lack of a better word, steal character ideas and event ideas, even to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
But you really think that they would copy business practices to this degree? Because someone behind the lines has to be able to see this and say, whoa, wait a minute. What I'm imagining, if you cut publishing, that cuts the creativity. If you're cutting the creativity, that's going to be a lot of the steamroll, the freaking coal in the engine for the live action creations. You cut publishing, you cut the constant generation of stories. How long is it going to be before the live action stops?
I mean,
yeah, they can force that shit out, but it's not going to be better. It's going to hold stagnant and degrade to something worse.
Well, if you look at it like this, Marvel, specifically Marvel, has already begun this integration of having their comics and their movies feel seamless.
Right. Yeah. And we've talked about that before. Not my favorite.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Same here. And with Kevin Feige being over both, it's one of those things where it's like don't quote me on this, guys, but I think like as of 2015, so this is a little dated, but sure. The stats on this haven't changed. If anything, they've gone a little bit worse. But the comic industry as a whole made about $400 million, which is a substantial amount of money. But considering that a single superhero movie makes more than that, you have to think about.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, superhero movies are bankrolls, dude. Oh, yeah. They make bank. Even a bad superhero movie makes more than a movie in Hollywood, you know?
Yeah.
So, and by that, of course, I mean a normal ass genre, whatever you call that. Mm-hmm. But, fuck, dude. Why are you bringing this bad news to my doorstep? I was having a good day. We were all having good days.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, and like ever since Dan DiDio's been fired, I've been following this really closely because
I can tell. Yeah.
DC's next moves, they're going to be crucial, and I want to believe that everybody's overreacting. I want to believe that 5G won't be this terrible train wreck, and I want to believe that there won't be a huge chain effect, but unfortunately, we have to wait and see.
This is why the coronavirus was released, because it hides up all this other DC comic shit, and now it's like you're trying to distract me. What's going on? Fuck, man.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. DC 5G is supposed to be released. I think they said now mid next year. There were rumors that it was going to be out as early as late 2020, but now it's looking like second quarter next year. That's when 5G is going to roll out.
So. Okay. 5G comics. Yep. Yeah.
DC 5G.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Fuck, dude. I mean, I don't know what I got to follow that up. I mean, damn. I mean, I got some good news. Let's go into some good news here. Let me find a good one here.
Cool.
Not that. Okay, here's some cool news. This is slightly related. We're going to jump ship a little bit here from movies and talk about video games for a flat second. Okay. There's been an announced release date, thankfully, for the character Spawn in the Mortal Kombat 11 video game. March 17th is the release date for those who have purchased the Combat Pack, pre-order special privileges, blah, 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 whatever have you, video games. But it's going to be available on March 24th for everyone else out there. And of course, as you and I both know, Spawn is a badass motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I saw just a little bit of
gameplay footage.
His fatalities and whatnot.
Cool.
And it looks really gruesome and really dope. I mean, that's what Mortal Kombat specializes in.
I'm happy that Spawn gets another limelight like this, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we talked about how a bit of my exposure to him was through Soul Calibur.
Right.
I feel like this is going to be able to do him some more justice. We're going to be able to see that grit, dude. Yeah.
I really do love that Mortal Kombat just is able to incorporate so many different aspects. So I guess, I guess NetherRealm Studios as a whole, is able to always incorporate such like fantastical characters and bring them together.
Yeah.
Like I always get 10 and 11 mixed up a little bit, but like from bringing in the Predator, and then there was a skin I think for Jax where he looked like Carl Weathers. So you had like Carl Weathers from the Predator, and the Predator, in 11 you get Terminator. You get Terminator.
Terminator.
You get,
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Joker is in 11 again. And like you just said, Spawn. So like there,
I really love that city, dude. So awesome, so fun. Yeah.
That's super fucking dope.
Yeah.
I suck at fighting games. I still buy them for some reason, but like I always tend to wait now. I never really buy them day one, just because I know what I'm in for.
Yeah.
It's just like this, like kind of like how I buy. I still buy like soul games, like Bloodborne, Sekiro, Neo. I buy those
games are dope as hell.
They are, but I absolutely fucking suck. So it's like the science here doesn't make sense.
Hey, no, you don't, buddy. No, you don't. All right, you're good. Who beat Bloodborne? Hey, come on. Who beat Bloodborne?
I did.
Come on, homies, give him some love. Who beat Bloodborne?
I did.
You're dadgum right. You did.
Remember how many days I spent fighting one boss?
Oh, wait. Give me a sec. It was
Ebrietas,
Daughter
of the Cosmos.
No, Ebrietas. Daughter of the Cosmos. Yeah, because her name meant drunk. Like she was a drunken dragon or some sort. But she whooped some tail, dude.
I would literally come home from work, sit down, play it like it was a part-time job.
I remember these.
Get my ass whooped.
Yeah.
Oh well, try again tomorrow. And for 3 or 4 days straight. And
guys, I remember these days because I would come home from work and find this guy sitting on the couch, going at it, dadgummit, going at it, dadgummit, going at it, dadgummit, damn it, yeah.
The last time I went that hard was when I platinum Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Trying to get this one fucking trophy that was kicking my ass. But anyways.
Come here. Come on, think it right there. Hang on. Quiet.
I'll see your Spawn news and I'll raise you one.
Okay. Hit me.
Gosh, I feel like I'm gonna be just like the antithesis tonight. Spawn movie suffers a major setback.
You son of a bitch. Get out of here with bad. Give it to me straight. What happened? What happened?
So Todd McFarlane, he says that a major backer to the movie backed out. So that's a lot of funding that's gone.
Yeah.
And so now, and this is really unfortunate. I do salute Todd because obviously Todd McFarlane, he's the creator of Spawn. He's still the owner of Spawn, which is amazing in this day and age. That's
very amazing. Yeah.
That
you didn't sell
a creator-owned character like this. He still owns basically all the rights to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that he's still, doing the damn thing with Spawn, but he does have a list of demands. He said there's 3 things that he wants.
Okay.
And one of the things he says that Spawn,
his Christmas list.
Yeah, he says Spawn, the movie has to be rated R. He won't do anything less than.
Dope.
He gets it. Spawn has to be cool and badass. He goes, no matter what, at all cost. He goes, according to his definition of cool and badass, you have to fulfill that. And his third thing is Todd McFarlane. He says he has to be the director, no one else.
Oh fuck. Okay, so the first 2, that's easier to work with. The last one, that I can see a funder maybe having a little friction in their wallet for that.
The issue is kind of that if he were to. If he were to license out the movie properties to studios, that literally would solve a lot of problems. But I mean, I'm not a creator who owns some type of magnificent thing, not unless you count me co-owning the podcast. But but I can understand him not wanting to sell his baby like that.
That makes total sense. Yeah. However, that doesn't make it any easier.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's going to take somebody who has a lot of money, who shares his vision, and who believes that he can direct the film. So,
where's Kevin Feige at? I don't know what direction you go there. I don't know which rich person's door you knock on to begin that conversation.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, if I were filthy fucking rich, I hope that Todd knows that I would gladly help fund that project.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so if there's only filthy rich homies out there listening, help out Todd. And while you're at it, go to patreon.com/superhero.
There you go. Help your homies out too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give us some love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it. I do.
Yes.
Okay. So I see your unfortunate movie news, and I'll raise you a movie news. Okay. This is more of a joke than anything quite serious, but I wrote it down, so it's being announced. The New Mutants is still on track to be released. We still are getting the movie, apparently. Yes. So, hell yeah.
You know, they come out in just about a month's time from now.
On April 3rd.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, they had damn well better still be on track.
Right. At this point, it would be the worst news if they unplug, if they pull out at this point, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we're still getting the movie.
I didn't write this one down, but just to add on to that,
please.
The movie will include Lockheed. So I guess spoiler alert, too late.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Kitty Pryde's dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in it. And cool. I'm not sure exactly to what extent or whatnot, but yeah, Lockheed will be in the movie. So
considering it's going to be a scary movie, like it's gonna be a horror genre movie, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
That could either be really interesting or kind of hokey. So, crossing fingers. We'll see what creative differences they choose to go with that route.
Right.
Yeah. Because in the comics, Lockheed was almost more drawn to be like this weird, adorable pet dragon thing. And that's, there's value in that.
I like Lockheed.
Lockheed was cool. Yeah. But this is going to be a different Lockheed.
We haven't seen any kind of footage of him yet. So,
and is Kitty Pryde one of the characters they're using? I don't remember.
No,
I didn't think so. Yeah, it's the New Mutants.
Yep.
Kitty Pryde's not new no more. Yeah,
but you know the New Mutants. You know,
true. But by name they are.
Right.
All right. But yeah, dude. Yeah.
So there's.
I'll go ahead and mention a more serious one because that one's more like a joke. Right. But I do have some cool stuff here. So John Krasinski has recently announced that he would be super down to play Reed Richards in a potential Fantastic Four MCU movie. However, Emily Blunt has shot down rumors of playing Sue Storm. You know, so little mixed bag of tricks there, but that would be a perfect power couple, right?
And I mean, like,
right?
According to what you just said, it's not like she would deny playing it. She just hasn't gotten the part.
That was one of the next things I had written down here, where it's like she didn't say no to the role,
right?
She just hasn't, guaranteed and adamantium got the role yet,
Right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean. It's one of those things where
I would like that.
The entire fan base, the entire community wants it.
Right. John Krasinski's down for it.
Yeah.
Come on, son. He would make a good read.
I will say this: Emily Blunt did shoot down being Black Widow. So.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because of filming obligations. I don't think that's because of disinterest. So.
Yeah. And plus, I think at that time frame, their children were. Super young.
Fuck them kids. I'm joking.
No, Q. No, people are parents too. Okay. To all the children watching, hi.
Fuck them.
No, damn it. No, Q.
Oh shit.
Yep. But there you go. That's my good news there. Yeah. All right. But not all my news is positive, guys. I'm just trying to
Oh, that's unfortunate. I think that's just deleted my list. It's a good thing most of it's in the old vault.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Except I don't have the articles to click on.
Oh, so, yeah.
Like a freestylers, I'll be spitting from the dome. Wow.
Yeah. I got you.
So Thor 4, God of Love and Thunder. There's been quite a bit of news released on that. That's recently. Okay. One of which being that Christian Bale, apparently, according to Tessa Thompson at least, is going to be playing the villain.
Okay. Now, I did read that.
Yeah. I said on this podcast, some months ago when he was announced that my vote is that he's going to play the God Butcher.
I remember that. I can attest to that.
Yes.
Yes.
So if that comes to pass, I want all of you to give me your internet points. I think I deserve at least 18 comic book internet points for something like that.
18. This is a very technical number.
Yes.
What about 15? Predictions are normally only at 15, brother. Okay.
Well, because I will not do. I will not take anything less than 18.
Homies, we're getting a little stingy over here. We're gonna have to petition for that. We're gonna have to call the the bankers for that.
Something like that.
Right? Yeah.
But also, according to
is this Bitcoin?
It's also been confirmed that the Guardians of the Galaxy will be in the movie.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay. That would make sense since that was the last crew he was chilling with. So okay, interesting.
And I'll
see that makes a lot of sense with Taika Waititi.
Yeah, it does.
That excites me. Yeah.
I'll tell you the same thing that I told the homie Caleb.
Excuse me, real quick. Pause. I want to hear that. Taika Waititi. Did I say his name right?
I think it's technically maybe Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. Thank you.
But
please resume.
what I said to the homie Caleb was, honestly, it doesn't move me at all. I mean, like mentally, maybe even subconsciously, I have just moved so far past this movie. And I know that so many of you love the idea and this concept. And I'm not saying that I don't. It's just that I'm mentally exhausted of already dealing with I don't want to see another Thor comedy movie. Man, that's just me.
I mean, me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither. Ragnarok was plenty for me. I'm ready to see another Thor movie.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. You heard it here, guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll hope for the best.
Cross some fingers. All right. Going back to the pages for a little bit, here's some fun stuff. So on March 18th, we're actually going to have a lot of big releases here in a lot of popular names. Their issues being released. It's a comic book Wednesday, March 18th. One of them, there's a long list. I wrote down a long list of the names like Batman, Nightwing, Justice League, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Spawn, Undiscovered Country. A lot of names are being released on March 18th, Comic Book Wednesday. However, cool factoid about Batman 91, what's also being released with its monthly issue here is that variant covers for issues 93 and 94 are also concurrently going to be released. Now, the fun thing about why those issue covers might matter for this time around, why they deserved notage on my list for comic news, those are variant covers dealing with Harley Quinn and the new villainess Punchline. So that's going to be kind of like a fun little thing for homies to be able to go look up if they want to see and learn a little bit more about this Punchline, who admittedly, according to news at least, has been getting some good steamroll, some good attention.
Yeah.
I haven't learned too much about her, frankly, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, right now, to be fair, like it's all hype.
Exactly. Yeah. But at least, good hype is still something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. At least it's good energy.
It is. It's very good energy.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just one of those things where, and this has nothing to do with Punchline. For me, it's just one of those things where, like, with all due respect to the other side of the coin that is the comic community.
Sure.
I'm not one who's for single issue comics. I'm definitely not against them. I just don't collect them.
Right. If you look carefully here, we have the Omniboo. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a trade paperback or graphic novel or oversized hardcover or Omni kind of guy.
Yeah.
But a lot of the hype comes around, variant issue or variant covers or just where you get different covers of the same book. And there's a large community behind it. Hell, I have a lot of friends who collect who
right.
that. And I think that I'm looking forward to seeing her, what kind of role she plays in the actual story. And it's like every time I look online, all I'm seeing is people like, oh man, my LCS is already sold out of this issue. Oh man, hopefully they release this variant or whatnot. And I'm like, What about the fucking story, guys? You're all so goddamn invested in getting first appearances.
Yeah.
That you're not even really thinking about or concerned with the run.
And hey, to each their own. To each their own, you know.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm just saying that my way is better, is all.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
I'm joking.
Yeah. But at the same time, there's a shit ton of merit behind what you're talking about. A cool character is a cool character until they fall flat on the screen or on the pages, you know. So she could actually become a total failure case.
Yeah.
But at least she looked cool, I guess. It is the value there. But hopefully, you know, she's actually a meritable character who actually has some good future with DC. Who knows?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, I certainly hope so. Like, I think this could be a really cool inclusion.
Yeah. It's a cool idea.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But, you know, like, just to be fair, you know, to pick up my own kind.
Sure.
Like, those who collect single issue comics can be like, you could buy an entire Omni and not even fucking read it. And I'm like, well, fuck you guys. So
hey, wait. I encourage people who go to the bookstore and collect and buy books that sit on your bookshelf that you're eventually going to get to, but they're there. You know, you have the repertoire of your options there. Now, granted, that doesn't mean go buy a bunch of decorative books just because they look good.
Right.
I never support that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get it, you know, work that shit, make it yours. But I digress, you know.
Yeah. End of the day, what I'm concerned with the most, that you actually buy comics in any format.
Here.
Physical. For those of you who only buy digital, I still wave my finger at you.
We have a purist over here, folks. Oh, excuse me. We have a badass over here. There you go.
Recognize. Oh man.
I love this shit, dude.
So speaking of comics, another thing I had on my comic news list before I accidentally deleted it.
Okay.
Was June 16th, I believe, is when we'll finally get the first issue of 3 Jokers.
I saw that. Yeah.
And this would be a DC Black label. I believe Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok will be working on it. That's the same duo that given us a lot of things. I believe those two worked on the new 52 Justice League run. I believe they also, I think it's over here at this bookshelf.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We got another one over here, guys. Yeah.
But yes, as a matter of fact, if you look at that's the Dark Side War Omni.
Yeah, okay.
And you know, I got
it's hard to see, but it's over there. Hey, let's present it for the video guys.
So yeah, I got so hyped when I heard this news, because if you think about it, guys, so I was looking through this earlier because I had gotten so fucking hyped. The first time, Steppenwolf.
ADD.
I do have that when it comes to comics. So yeah, like in this Omni, guys, the Dark Side Anti-Monitor War Omni, it collects, I think, issues maybe 7 through 10, and then some single issues for some of the individual characters. But volume 7 through 10 for the Justice League, and maybe even 6 through 10. It collects like a whole lot.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, so it finishes up the run with the Justice League in the New 52, and it tells right into like a DC Universe Rebirth. But what we get here is Batman sits on the Mobius chair, and when he does, you know, we get the iconic line, "I am a god." And but one of the first things that he does when he sits upon the chair gives him access to all universe knowledge. Everything that's ever been recorded or seen, he has that knowledge at his disposal. And of course, one of the first things he does with the knowledge is he tries to figure out. One of the first things he does is figure out who is the Joker, what's his true identity.
Yeah.
And I forgot what page it was on, but anyway, he asked that question to the chair, and we as the audience don't get the answer, but we realize later on, towards the end of the book, that the answer was there's 3 Jokers, which was, you know, monumental. Oh, here we go. And so this is just a really cool panel for those of you who I guess none of you guys can really see that, it's so far away.
Yeah, it's kind of weird for the camera angle.
But
buy the book.
It's a really cool visuals of seeing Bruce and Alfred sitting at the back monitor and looking at all these images of the Joker, because it's cleverly done. They take a bunch of images from the Joker throughout the years and kind of redraw them into this. And it's so cool because you see Joker from The Death of the Family. You see him from The Killing Joke, The Man Who Laughs, and a bunch of other books.
Yeah.
And it's just super cool to see that. But, that's the first time that we were told that there were 3 Jokers. Now, this book came out in or at least this issue specifically came out 2015.
Okay.
And so that was then. And then the next thing we got was in The Button. When Batman's still trying to figure it out and whatnot, that there's 3 Jokers, who is it? And then we kind of had radio silence for a long time as far as what became of the 3 Jokers. And so now, some 5 years after the initial reveal that there are 3 Jokers, we're getting some more news on it, some more information on it, and it's going to be done by the same guys who did this, Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok.
Cool.
So yeah. And by the way, guys, on another slightly off topic, I had this theory that I honestly just thought was my own, and I thought that no one else felt this way, so I never said it out loud.
Okay.
I had this running theory that Jeff Johns just does not like Batman, because most times when I see him writing with Batman, he's never done a single Batman for Batman. It never seems to be in a great light. He only seems to highlight Batman's flaws, like his slight narcissism or paranoia, or this kind of human god complex. I was like, oh, this is fucking unfortunate,
Okay.
And then just for shits and giggles, I Googled it. And
does Jeff Johns like Batman?
There was basically does Jeff Johns dislike Batman? It was basically what I Googled.
Okay.
And I didn't have to look for it. There was just a list of different forums and pages and people asking the same question, like
Reddit questionnaires.
Why does Jeff Johns hate Batman? And I was like, I am not the only one who feels this way.
Man,
this is
you gotta remember the rules about online communities. If you can think it, there's a community for it.
Or if you can think it, or if you can find it, there's probably some validity to it. And
that too, more seriously enough. Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know the man personally, So.
But no, I just thought that was super interesting, because obviously he's going to be doing this 3 Joker story, and I'm like, oh, geez.
This could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be great, because we can all agree that Jeff Johns is one of the greatest writers for DC.
Yeah.
He's probably the greatest writer for DC currently. I'd be willing to put my money on that. And I'm a huge Batman fan. That's my guy. But I am a little worried about him spearheading what is essentially a spin-off Batman project.
Yeah.
That
says a lot, to be continued.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. As far as news go, that's really all I got. I got one more fun thing we can talk about, and then I'm done on my end here. We haven't talked about the Robert Pattinson Batman portrait pictures, nor the Batmobile images just recently released. Yep. So let's talk about that real quick.
Absolutely.
My vote, it looks pretty good.
I think so too.
First off, he's got that fucking jawline down for this thing, man.
Yeah, he does have an incredible jawline.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's on that Ben Affleck level jawline.
No,
but it is actually surprising. It looks surprisingly good.
I'll say that. If there was a theoretical checklist, which there really is, let's face it, of what's necessary to be a successful live action Batman, the jawline, he's got it checked. He's done. Agreed. Now, granted, I will admit I had worries when I first saw the gear-headed looking like a pieced together bat symbol, until you had told me that in the lore that's from this idea that was pieced together from the gun that shot his parents, and it's like, okay, you son of a bitch, man, that's a little cool. So it's like, okay, I can take that, but overall, it looked pretty good, man. I'm ready for a little bit more. I'm ready for a little bit of salt with this pepper, The Batmobile looked like a old, like a 1970s Chevelle or something like that. But I liked the muscle car look. Yeah.
Same here. Like, this is, as far as the Batmobile goes, I think this is probably the first grounded Batmobile we've seen since the '66 show. That's it,
Yeah.
more or less. And
Don't judge me.
as far as the Batsuit goes with the symbol, and they could be going with the idea that this is a symbol from the gun that Joe Chill used to kill his parents. So in most continuity, guys, just really quick, it's either he does use the gun as a symbol, or he keeps the gun in a display in the Batcave. It's always one of the two. So for those of you thinking like that's maybe an extreme thing, like, well, Batman has always been really tied to this gun.
He has, and let's be honest here. Batman does have some sentimental sides to him. This is obviously a very symbolic, sentimental gesture. So, I mean, I'm totally all for it, man. Because that adds a lot of the gravity to his backstory. That pulls a lot of the emotion on the forefront for you.
Yeah.
So fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Dismantle the gun. Wear it if you got to. Yeah. Put a chain on it. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this movie. I think there's a lot of strong potential here.
You and me both. Ooh, now one last bit of tidbit news. Now I don't know if this is some BuzzFeed trash or whatever have you, but I did see about Johnny Depp recently. Do you know what I'm about to talk about?
That was one of my news things. Yeah.
Johnny Depp potentially being casted as Joker. Now, do we know if that is a potential or if that is, again, a hard out iron fact?
It's just a rumor right now.
Okay. Rumor has it.
It's a rumor that's it has a little bit of validity because it's being circulated so much on different news sites.
Right.
But we don't know if that's because it has validity behind it or if it's because it's so popular.
Or if it was just a misheard conversation somewhere. Granted, smoke starts from somewhere, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, usually like misinterpreted things beginning with like a cosmic book news or we got this covered. Those are the two most unreputable places.
Exactly.
To get any information.
I mean that's where a lot of these clickbait sites get their news from. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
I do want to make it or clarify. I did say cosmic book news, not comicbooknews.com. There is a difference. Cosmic book news. Those guys are those are the ones who pull shit out of their ass literally sometimes. Like it's just like they just come up with the most ridiculous rumors. Same thing with we got this covered.com. I don't really have any kind of negative things to say about comicbooknews.com except the fact that they turned down my offer that I emailed them like a year ago about, hey, we could be one of your affiliated podcasts, and motherfuckers never got back with me. So here's to you guys.
Hey. Eventually, don't flick them off. Don't flick them off. Don't flip them off. Don't burn bridges, dude. Come on, man.
I mean, technically, they haven't even made it to the bridge yet because they haven't even responded. So,
well, guys, hello. Don't mind his finger, okay? Fucker, Dad, come put that shit down.
We got this on our own.
Yeah. We always have, and we dadgum will. But yeah, dude, that's
as far as like Johnny Depp being cast as the Joker, like I think that could be phenomenal if so.
I sit with that well.
Yeah. And the more I think about like the potential validity of it, like is this true? Like the more my we'll go with like a realistic take. Versus
well, first off, that's gonna be a lot of star power behind one movie now, and that is beginning to worry me, because that's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be in your cast. That's
been the rumors since day one, was that they were gonna have like a large ensemble of his rogue gallery in the movie.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what they want to do. Either way, like I'm excited about the movie.
Same here, dude.
Have you seen the footage of his stuntman on the bike, on the back?
No, not yet.
Yeah. I think that's also posted on our page. But
I'll have to go back and find it then. Yeah. That one missed me.
Yeah, we see the stuntman on the bike, and it kind of made some circulations because like it was raining. It looked like, and the stuntman does slip off the bike at the end.
Be safe.
Yeah, please be safe.
Yeah.
To all the stuntmen out there.
All you stunt cool dudes. Nice.
I do have one more bit.
Okay.
That I remember. I have more, but I only remember one more.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that was Winston Dukes. He wants M'Baku to be the villain for Black Panther 2. And
okay.
Yeah, and like I support it.
Yeah, same here, dude. Gun ho.
It makes sense to me. And once again, at risk of being called a purist by Kevin.
No, please talk, brother. Talk freely. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people out there who are against the idea. They're like, well, no, like you became a good guy at the end of Black Panther 1, and like you're fighting with the good guys now. And I'm like, here I am with my anime glasses push up. Well, canonically speaking.
No, that's my thought process too, though. It's like, no, let that shit turn code. Yeah. That would make a great premise. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Let M'Baku go back to what he should be from the pages. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Like I think it's fine if you want him to play a potential villain.
Yeah.
Same thing with Yelena Belova and Black Widow. I mean, she's just like M'Baku, sometimes a villain, sometimes a kind of an ally. I mean, so I
play that shit right, dude. Play it rough.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm starting to think now, does Marvel or the MCU, when they have the opportunity, do they like to make a character who kind of flip-flops? Seems like they like to make them more of the good guys. All except for Ronan. Ronan is the one odd exception.
Ronan was the odd exception.
Yeah, Ronan the Accuser, because he's more or less a good guy in the comics.
But they made him a villain.
Typecasting. Yeah. But
that's food for thought. Yeah.
But no, I would really enjoy it, because I think about it like this, like in T'Challa's absence for like those, what was it, 5 years?
Yeah.
Like who was leading Wakanda?
Yeah.
We know that M'Baku wasn't with the Snapping. He stayed on Earth in Wakanda. I mean, I think that he would probably be the ruler.
It would make sense to me. Yeah, because he was already a ruler of his people. So
the Jabari tribe.
Yeah.
They didn't want to call it the Man-Ape tribe.
Right.
Or they didn't want to call him the Man-Ape. But yeah, so that was something else that I was thinking about. Like that's a
good fan theory.
Yeah, it's an easy in.
Dude, it's so easy. Yeah. But for some reason
comes back and like, well, thank you for holding my throne down, but
that's an easy fight. That's already a premise right there.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we know that the MCU doesn't like these easy premises more often than not. It's always something. They should, but not the ones that we concoct. They come up with these other ones. It's like, where did this come from? I'm digging it, but okay, so.
But I guess from like a big wig standpoint, I do kind of understand it, because they don't want their audience to suddenly have to dislike this character that they now like in M'Baku. So
yeah,
I guess it does make sense from that point of view.
Yeah.
But
not bad.
Yeah, so that is all that I can remember that I had. Before.
No, that's all I got. And this has been a good episode. This has been going for a good minute. So I'm fit. I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this comic news episode.
Comic news, down.
So we will be covering Bloodshot. You guys can look for that this coming Thursday night.
Hell yeah.
Depending on what time we get our tickets, maybe Friday morning at the latest is when it'll be uploaded.
Right. Yeah. That's going to be both recorded on audio and video here for all you homies out there who want to watch, who only knew of the audio option prior. So there you have it. Again, another announcement. Here's another plug for us. We are on video, and we seem to have this down now. I'm very confident in it. It looks great. It's going well. So fuck yeah, dude. I think we finally have this other avenue. I think we're finally growing up in this podcast community.
Put on the big boy pants.
Oh yeah.
Also, really quick, guys. For those of you who haven't had the opportunity yet, please leave us a review. And as a matter of fact, if you go to ratethispodcast.com/superhero homies, you guys can leave us a direct review, and it automatically uploads the review according to the device you're listening on. So that way you guys don't have to worry about finding the right location to post the review. just go to ratethispodcast.com/superhero homies and just type your review away or click your star rating for us. And
hell yeah,
that really helps us out.
You would be doing us a great favor, ladies and gentlemen. Ratethispodcast.com. Also, another quick plug for all of you guys out there. Hit like, subscribe, share this stuff, whatever you got to do. Any of that helps us out, brothers and sisters, okay? We appreciate every bit of secondary effort you guys put into this. Patreon, that's another great effort for those of you who want to continue to support us. We would love that. We would announce it, of course. We'd share that with everybody. Patreon is another great way to expose yourself to some of the other cool nerd stuff that we're into. Stuff like A Quiet Place 2 coming out next week. Mulan coming out. We just did BoJack. We did Witcher, Mandalorian, all this great nerd shit outside of comic books. We talk about that too.
Absolutely.
There you have it.
But thank you guys again, though, for listening in or for watching, however you're doing it. We do appreciate it. And if you guys have any kind of questions, comments, gift us, food supplies, or ideas for us, then hit us up at superherohomies@gmail.com or any of our social media outlets. We're always active and live. Thank you guys again for listening in.
Hell yeah.
This has been a great time.
Hell yeah, homies. You guys are all dope out there. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So until next time, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
And as always, I am Superhero Homie Kevin. And to you homies out there watching, you guys get this last little tidbit because I have to go manually turn off the camera. But yeah, to you homies, thank you guys very much. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, get on with us permanently. Fuck yeah, dude. I think this worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
For our first video.
Stay forever,
official.
Stay forever and ever. I'll take these off now.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I took mine off. So yeah. Excuse me, but yeah, was that really loud?
It was a little loud.
My apologies, brother. Yeah. See you guys later on.
Yeah. Bloodshot.
Yeah, Bloodshot happening. Yeah, read that shit. Watch it.